You're listening to the Zebra Podcast Network, your school, your voice.
Welcome to Peer. We're New Brunswick High School peer leaders, and this is the podcast where we talk about the experiences that shape us, the challenges that test us, and the moments that make us all leaders. We're exploring the paths we've taken and the lessons we've learned, the wisdom we've gained so far. Join us on this journey of reflection, growth, and leadership. This is Peer, where your story matters. Hey guys, welcome back to another banger. I'm your host Nancy, and I'm here with my fellow peer leader,
Issamar.
And today we have two special guests in the house. Please introduce yourself.
Good morning. My name is Diana Martinez. I'm a junior. Our new peer leader.
Mm-hmm.
And hello, I'm Edgar. I'm new to this.
Okay, so you guys just went through standardized testing, right? How did you guys feel? You guys did math and science, right?
Oh my gosh, I was a little nervous since it was things that we learned our freshman year, so it was kind of like a refresher, and I guess I was not as prepared as I hoped for.
Yeah.
How about you?
I would say the same. I was stressing. I would say I barely studied. Should have studied more, but hopefully I passed.
What about you, Issa? Since obviously now you're a senior, how did you feel going through that prior to that?
Okay, so my experience with standardized testing, I remember that I felt like I did so much better. And luckily, I did do decently enough in the English section, but the math section was where I found myself not ready whatsoever. And then I had to go through the horrendous process of trying to get all the required credentials to be able to wrap this up and to be able to graduate.
Yeah. For me, I didn't study like Edgar. I didn't care about it, because I went on this whim of the seniors prior to us, it wasn't mandatory. It wasn't you needed to graduate. So I was like, oh, that's going to happen to us. And then I got here September. They're like, oh, we're going to take this test and it's mandatory. And I'm like, I was so mad, but I'm like, boy, I'm not going to do nothing about it. I still have to take the test. So then I ended up taking it and I did good. I did decent too on the English, but the math, I messed up. I flopped. But so then after that, I did have to go through the whole process of okay, if I don't pass the AccuPlace or I need to do the SAT, but obviously the SAT is optional. So luckily I had chosen to do the SAT in November. So then I got my test score back and I didn't do good, but I did good enough for the math to be able to graduate.
Yeah, me as
and
well,
satisfy
actually.
that. So we were both happy when we find out
me
that
and Nancy had the same thing happen to us during this time. And I just remember us both feeling so relieved and that we finally got that over with and that we didn't have to worry about it. Even though our scores for the math section on the ACT weren't astonishing maybe.
Yeah.
They were still good because we finished that and we ended up passing.
And how did you guys prepare for the NJGPA, if you did prepare at all?
So I was kind of struggling to study since I was also taking the SAT during the same time. At the same time, I was kind of stressing because I had two things to worry about: the NJGPA and the SAT. And I was kind of confused, not confused, but not preparing for one thing at a time, if that makes sense. So I was just more worried about the SAT since that was more that was coming in first than the NJGPA. But yeah, well, aren't you taking the SAT? Right?
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, how
Are you taking the SAT on the Saturday?
I already took.
Oh, you already took it. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
but I want to retake it in June.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
You're taking it?
Yeah, I'm taking it this Saturday. Well, I haven't studied either for it either.
Oh my
Are you
goodness.
planning on taking it later on as well?
Yeah.
All right, that's good. Did you guys feel mentally prepared? Or are you guys feeling mentally prepared currently for the tests that are going to come up?
Hopefully I am.
I mean, I am. You gotta be confident so you have a good mindset for your to get a better score.
Mm-hmm.
And how is it that you prepare yourself?
I study. I tell myself that it's nothing a big of deal. To not stress myself out, because if I stress myself out, then I'm just gonna feel bad or
It's gonna be overwhelming.
Overwhelming,
Yeah.
yes. Overwhelming. And yeah.
Yeah, and testing is already stressful enough as it is.
Yeah, especially standardized testing.
Yeah.
Like, it's so bad. I'm not a good, like, test taker.
Yeah.
So whenever, like, and the thing is that I, like, need academic reassurance, especially this year. Like, I've been needing it so bad. So, like, if I don't do good on a test, like, I'm like, oh, I'm done. Oh, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, forget about it. Like, that's
Yeah.
it. That's a wrap. I'm not going to college. Like, forget it. Like, that thing's out the door. Like, no, but
Yeah.
it shouldn't be like that. And a positive mindset does go a long way, because if you go in there feeling confident, and then as soon as you see question one and it's like, oh, I don't know, it is like, you shouldn't like let it affect you. Like, be like, okay, maybe I got the next one and the next one, you know?
Exactly. For me, I've always been a bad test taker. And I remember even when we started taking park, I don't know if you guys remember about that.
Oh my goodness.
But when I was like in 3rd grade, I think that's when we all had to take our first park exam.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I just hated it so bad. I already hated regular tests. That when standardized tests came into the curriculum, I just hated it. Absolutely. And hated is a strong word. So it took me a long time to learn how to manage being like a decent enough test taker to not have like a little anxiety, some panic attack before or during, in order to do the best I can possibly do.
Do you guys feel like you guys prepared like mentally or like academically? Which one do you guys prepared most in?
I say mentally.
Yeah,
Mentally?
Yes,
mentally.
mentally comes a long way.
Mhm.
Like if you have the
Yeah.
right mindset and like the right, like you're healthy, you know, you're thinking right, you could get things done, and like
Mhm.
you have the confidence.
Yeah, it's like what I'm saying. For me, like I know that I could know everything that's going to be on a test, but because I don't mentally prepare in certain times, it could be like a struggle for me. And that's why I worked really hard to like learn how to manage that for myself, because at the end of the day, if I don't learn how to mentally prepare, it's only going to affect me. I agree with you for sure.
Yeah, mentally becoming more like mentally
Hmm.
prepared comes a long way. So you're more focused, more like in the game, so like you
Yeah.
can like concentrate better.
Of course,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, I don't think it necessarily matters as much how intelligent you are if you're not prepared. If you don't feel ready within yourself, you can easily get that 100, but if you're not at that level within yourself, how can you be sure that you will? If during the test, you're over there panicking and second guessing and choosing an answer, then changing it and erasing. No, that's not going to work.
Yeah, and then sometimes, like, specifically for me, like, right now, like, I study so much, and then it's overwhelming when people would be like, oh, like, you have to get good. Like, if you don't get
Yeah.
good, like, good grades, like, or, like, a good score, then it's like, what are you doing? And I'm just like,
Right.
damn, like, I didn't get a good score. Now what, you know? But it's like, then it gets overwhelming for me, because it just puts so much pressure on me, where I'm like, it's true. I have been studying so much. So like where's the reward at, you know? And it shouldn't be like that. Like, because if I had gotten like straight good grades, like this whole time, like I would have never realized the amount of time and energy that someone has to put in order to get a good grade. Like, you can't just go in there and think like, I got this and that. Like, you know, like that does play a role, but it's like at one point, like you have to be like, okay, wait. Let's take a chill pill. Like, I know I got that confidence, but like, I also had to like prepare myself and everything, you know?
Yeah.
And are you guys planning to take any AP classes next year?
I'm taking one AP class right now, which is
Okay.
Spanish.
Oh, how do you like it?
Oh my goodness, it's so much reading, so many articles, so
You
much.
have Miss Quesada, no? Sorry
Yeah.
for interrupting.
No, it's okay.
Shout out to Miss Quesada.
She's
She's
a good
amazing.
teacher. Yeah, she's a good teacher, but the work is like crazy. It's so crazy.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It may feel like a lot, and like I understand completely what position you're in, because when I took AP Spanish, it was like my only advanced class, because I've always been like an honors English student,
Mhm.
and that was like usually like the only like advanced class I'd have. But then when I got AP Spanish, it was like a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
I swear. And once I took the exam for the AP Spanish language and composition, it may feel like you don't know what you're doing in the moment when you're there sitting, but believe me, if you like level with yourself, you'll do amazing, because all that work she gives you is gonna pay off.
And are you gonna take any, or are you taking any right now?
I'm planning
Yeah.
to take my senior year, AP Stats and
Mhm.
AP Environmental, and yeah, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah,
those
don't
are
overwhelm
good.
yourself with too much. Are you planning to take like how much?
Like AP classes, I want to take AP Bio.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I talked to my teacher, my bio teacher, about that, and she's like hopefully she puts me in, recommends me. But yeah, that's all I want right now.
Yeah.
But we'll see like what else I want.
Yeah.
And don't like overwhelm yourself, because like obviously there's other students, like, you know, you guys have valedictorian, like all of that, like obviously they're gonna go like above and beyond to get like so much APs.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you're like dumber than them or that you're not like good enough, because at the end of the day, like they're gonna be overwhelmed around this time. Like I had like yesterday when you guys were taking NJGPA, we had Juba was able to get like all the stats. I mean all the AP teachers to like approve of them to be able to have us to study.
Yeah.
And like there was like so many people like walking in and walking out and walking in and walking out, because they're like, oh, I'm gonna study for stats right now, and then I'm gonna go to this class, to this AP, and then go to another AP, and then after that I start to fit in this other AP that I have to study. Like at that point, like it's not even worth it, because it's like I'm obviously putting so much time into stats because it's my only one. I obviously have AP art, but that's not really like an AP. That's not really like an AP. I wouldn't consider an AP. Because obviously if
That's
you enjoy
because
art and stuff, you know, like...
she's that good of an artist, believe me.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm not that
Yeah,
good.
she is.
I'm not that good. And so then obviously I did that because I wanted like a GPA booster and everything. But like one AP, like that means that like you're able to put in so much time. And that's that you guys also do sports. Like if you guys were like straight bums, like I'd be like, all right, like do
no
another
job,
AP or something. Like
no other responsibilities outside of school. Maybe
consider another one, you know. But even then, like I would still like really think about it, because like don't force yourself into getting into an AP that you don't even know if you like, you know. Like you wouldn't go, obviously you like science and stuff, like biology, that's why you want to go into AP biology. So it wouldn't make sense for you to go to APUSH, you know. Like that wouldn't make any sense, because you're like, you don't even know what you want to do in the future, and you know definitely that it's not even history. So it's like, why would you even do that to yourself, you know? So it's like stuff like that where you shouldn't like put that much pressure on yourself to be like everybody else, because at the end of the day, your differences is what makes you, you know? Like you're not going to be like everybody else, because if it was like that, then we'd all be robots, you know?
basically it's not make or break whether or not you're able to handle taking 5 different APs, believe me. And even then it wouldn't be worth it, because like Nancy said, it would possibly like maybe like, yes, it's a GPA booster in itself, but if you get bad grades, that's still going to be on your transcript. It doesn't matter that you were enrolled in the class. If you were getting bad grades for the AP in general overall, like over the year in the marking periods, would it be worth it? Would it at that point even be a GPA booster? Instead, think about how taking the course would help you do something that interests you in the future. Like Nancy had mentioned, for example, I'm taking AP Psych, and that's the only AP that I'm taking right now currently. And I am only taking it because I'm interested in pursuing psych.
Outside of like test, like, well, yeah, because I'm taking AP and stuff, so our test is coming soon.
Yeah.
So like, you know, we're looking like stressing out right now.
Some studying.
Yeah, because like time is like for real running out. Like
believe me,
like that's how it's gonna be when you guys are seniors, bro. Like I was like over here like, yeah, we chilling.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know how people could say that senior year is so chill. It really isn't.
Yeah.
Don't like get that in your head, because it's not. And then you're gonna be in for a rude awakening.
Oh,
yeah.
goodness.
As long as you have like your credits and stuff like all settled out. Like if you like put in all this time, like all 3 years and stuff, might as well like cut yourself some slack like senior year. But like if you want to like push yourself, because like if you don't like get that like 1 extra year of math and stuff, then you're gonna go into like college where you're like, oh wait, I lucky forgot all of this, you know. So it's like stats goes into math, but it's like more of like intuition and stuff, like, you know, like things that you have to like really really think about. And like biology involves math and stuff like that. So like if you don't,
same with apes.
yeah, so like basically everything involves math, because like it's so important. Like you could use math for everything, but like if you don't, like if you choose to like not do anything like that, then like you're like, oh well, you know, like we're not gonna say nothing about you, you're not like a bum or anything, but like it's just like try to do something to like keep you productive instead of being like just doing nothing the whole year. Like if you're not doing a sport, if you're not doing a club, like doing anything at all, like try to do something, you know?
Yeah, also like if you just like maintain your grades really good and make sure that you get the requirements for the exams. We can't stress you guys enough. This goes to all juniors. The NJ GPA or NJSLA, I think it's
NJGPA.
Yeah, it's so important, because believe me, senior year you don't want to be stressing about
Edgar's stressing.
not
Yeah.
Hopefully
like
I pass.
I mean it seems like you're really smart. So maybe, I mean, you never know. Maybe it's como que te confiaste mucho and you didn't make the cut. But even where, like, if you didn't, don't worry either. Like, don't worry. Like, we had the same thing happen to us and we ended up just fine. We got that out of the way ASAP. You're going to take the SAT. Use that as, like, a way to do as good as you can on the math section or the English section.
Yeah, and even me, like, I didn't do good in my first SAT test. Like, I did really, really bad. But then obviously I grew along the little bit of time from June to November, and I was able to get the bare minimum for math to be able to like meet the requirements and stuff. So don't even stress about that. But like it's also like the importance of like, you know, like New Brunswick, you know, because like us right now, like especially senior year, like our class, they're like, oh, like if I don't pass, then I don't pass. Oh well, like I'm gonna end up going to work after, like this and that, like I'm chilling, like I don't care if I pass or not, like I'm gonna just do the bare minimum. I'm not even gonna pass my classes. I'm not even gonna pass gym. Like,
like believe me, like your education is the only thing that no one can take away from you. So if it's gonna be something that you're gonna fight for, it should be your education.
Yeah,
no matter what. No matter
Mm-hmm.
what, doesn't matter. You could feel that you're dumb, that you don't know anything, that you're not good enough, and even then, fight to make it better. If you feel like you're not at the level that you can within yourself feel proud about, get to that level because it's possible.
And don't let like anybody like put a ceiling over your head.
Read
You
my
know,
mind, literally. Don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise.
yeah.
Never.
Because like some people are gonna be like, oh, Diana, like you didn't take the NGGPA, you didn't do good on the NGPA. Oh, you're dumb. Like no, like it shouldn't be like that. You know. Like you should be like, you know what? Like I didn't pass. I didn't do as good as I thought I was gonna be. I was gonna do on the NGGPA. But what can I do to get better? What can I do to maximize my opportunities to be able to reach like the mandatory requirements for graduating and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And just like not letting it like stop you from like achieving what you can do. Cause like some people are just beasts that like taking tests. Like they don't even study and they just got it like that, you know? But like some people aren't like that. And you know, sometimes you do have to put in a little bit more time than others. But at the end of the day, like you're gaining the knowledge, like the true knowledge and like the good habits than someone who just walks in there and be like, yeah, I got this, you know?
Yeah, like if you're going to accommodate for anybody or anything, accommodate for yourself primarily. Because if you're not, like, it might sound like selfish, but it's not selfish. Because you have to be at a level within yourself that is one that you're finally like achieving everything that you want to do and putting it into action.
Yeah. And were your peers like motivating you guys like along the way, or were they like, we're just gonna walk in here and do it?
No, our class advisor is Miss Bakari. She was really nice.
She goated, huh?
She helped us a lot. Like she really motivated us to really put in the work, to study, to like concentrate, to just do good so you could get a good score. But yeah.
How do you feel, Edgar?
I don't know what to say.
No? Okay. I mean, like as a whole, like from what you saw, would you say that your class was like supportive? Did you see them like on it for real?
Yeah, I would say yeah.
Then that's good then. That means that there's like a sense of community, you know?
Yeah, the majority of us juniors, we all got together in Ms. Bakari's room. We all studied. We asked questions. We got resources. We all did what we could. Like
that's wonderful.
Yeah, to do better or to get a better score.
Yeah, of course.
And what's it called? So talking about Ms. Bakari and stuff, obviously she's a teacher.
Yeah.
To end off this podcast, I just wanna it's obviously Teacher Appreciation Week. So I do wanna tell everybody to obviously this is gonna be this is gonna be on Friday that's gonna air, but
yeah,
so everybody get like
a
letter, like a card thingy, and then write to your teachers, you know, appreciate them, because some people
give them a shout out, remind them how special they are.
Yeah, so do you guys want to shout out any teachers, like personal teachers, coaches, anything?
Yes, I would like to shout out a couple of teachers. I want to say thank you, Ms. Bakari, Mr. McDermott, my coach, Mr. Rodriguez. Yeah, those are like my main people.
Right.
Yeah, my support.
Okay. How about you?
Well, I'm not good with names, so like,
Oh my goodness.
but I want to shout out to every teacher that supported me throughout the way, like coaches, staffs, like everyone. Like it's appreciated.
Right. Thank you for sharing that as well. Shout out to Juba, our advisor. thank you for everything. Ms. Vanderpaul, thank you for always making our class a learning environment in which we can be productive and keeping us on our task. Who else can I shout out to? Mr. Philippus, my English teacher from junior year.
You're not going to shout out your AP Psych teacher, bro?
Miss Stillman. I mean, I was getting there. She's going to receive a little card for me.
Okay.
It's okay. She knows how special she is. Miss Stillman as well. She's great. Thank you for everything. There's just so many teachers. I could go on like a speed run.
Okay, I'll go. Quick shout out to Juba, my number one. Yeah, love that man.
Exactly, yes.
He's goated. Like, if you ever need anything, go to him or any other teacher you trust. You know, he really made high school like more funner and a more safer environment to where I'm allowed to ask the dumb questions without feeling dumb, you know? Because some teachers, like, you just can't do that. Like, some teachers are like, are you freaking dumb? And I'm just like, damn, am I?
No.
Am I really? So shout out to him, even though he sometimes does make me feel dumb, but like he reassures me that it's okay to be dumb, basically. So, nah, but shout out to him. Shout out to Ms. D. Philippus. Shout out Vanderpaul. Shout out. Yeah, I had it too. Shout out my Algebra 1 teacher, bro. I don't even remember her name, but I know she was goated. Like, I mean, she made virtual like low-key funner than what I thought it would be. Shout out
Mr. Monahan.
Oh, Mr.
I had him sophomore year.
So nice. Oh my goodness.
No, I did not have that man.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out Prozovic. Yeah, he's like that. Like where like he doesn't try to be funny, but he's just funny and he's just real with you.
I already shouted her out, but shout out again, Miss Casala. She's amazing. My go for real.
So that'll end off this episode. I'm glad. I hope you guys give a little shout out to your teachers also, because make them feel appreciated. Shout out Mr. Nessie for starting this podcast and motivating us to do better and start off something original.
Exactly.
He's my main one.
He's paving the way.
Yeah, he's paving the way for all these future peer leaders and stuff like that, and peer leaders to come even after he retires, you know. But yeah, shout out to him, and I just hope you guys have a good day. I hope you guys enjoy this podcast and have a blessed day.
Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Peer to Peer. We hope our conversation has inspired you to explore your own path and embrace the leader within you. We invite you to share your experiences and join the conversation on our social media platforms. Follow us on Instagram at NBHS Peer Leadership. Don't forget to subscribe to Peer to Peer on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts so you never miss an episode. Please share Peer to Peer with someone who would also enjoy the show and get value. Peer to Peer is a member of the Zebra Podcast Network. Visit zebrapodcastnetwork.com for more information. This is Peer to Peer, where your story matters.